Hey, it's Lynnie Wennerstrom, common sense health expert, spiritual guide, and entrepreneur, and just going on a journey. Started today. So this is day one of fasting, and so I don't know how long we'll go. It's probably going to be a six-day fast. My daughter and I are doing this together, and we'll see. Usually it's like 6 days. This is a spring fast, which has turned into a summer fast because summer came up. Because there's so much going on in both of our lives. And one of the really cool things for me is I belong to this program where they help us to build, where they really teach us how to grow our online business. And so that takes a lot of time, and then we're building in Westcliff. If you haven't seen any of my videos in Cotopaxi, that's in Colorado, in the mountains. So we have beautiful views. So day one started obviously last night into the, what do they call it? Breakfast, because it's break fast, right? You're breaking your fast. That's breakfast. And it's really break. But so you start, whenever so yesterday. But I tested my ketones, my weight, my blood sugar, and blood sugar wasn't like super excited about, but I understand because I remember being told that it should be 100 and below, and even 100, like the lower you get to 90 and 80, that's a healthier blood sugar level. Now, I am not a nurse or a doctor or a medical advisor, although I am the common sense health expert. I can look that up and understand what is better, but I do know that 103, which is where I was at, is over the 100, and I know what I have been eating, and so I know that this is going to be really good spring. Here I go with my spring cleaning. It's going to really help me to clean out my body. So some of the things that we do when we fast, and I learned this from Dr. Darrell Wolf, and he suggests that you use fulvic and humic, not humic, but fulvic acid, because humic can get the digestion moving. And the whole point of fasting, well, not the whole point, depends on what your goal is. My goal typically, my longest fast was 23 days. And that was wonderful. Like, I never wanted to start again. That was a spiritual fast for me. Like, that was something very important to me. It was spiritual. So that was my goal. This one is more of definitely a spring cleaning, like cleaning out my body, and the spiritual that comes with that is just a bonus. And you always get something. Days 1 through 3 are usually the most difficult, because one, you just have to get started, and you can kind of power through one, just depending on your mindset. It's always about your mindset, always. And like, is your goal more important than thinking about eating? And so today we texted, my daughter and I, she is cosmicmoves.com. She's an astrologer, so you can find her there. But she said that I texted her and I said, I am not thinking about grapes because I've got them out on the counter. I am not thinking about watermelon because I have it all cut up. And so yes, so I have to introduce you to my little puppy if you've not met her before. This is Happy Beans, IB Happy Beans, and she is quite the little, she looks like a ragamuffin. She's looking at the camera. She's So she wants to jump up on the table, her newest trick. So anyway, where was I? Someplace. I was talking about that she's a ragamuffin, but before that, so, my daughter. So we are, I forgot where I was going. I apologize. I totally forgot. I should have written that down. I should have my little notes here. Oh no, I was talking about Dr. Darrell Wolf. So what we use is, he calls it the advanced water fast, and it's things that don't get your digestive system to start. And so fulvic acid is one of those things, and then he has another product called Merigen. And Merigen goes in, and I took a couple of, sat through a couple of, like, I think 2 or 3 webinars with the person who created it, and it's calcium, and you can get different levels of it, but the Merigen is the most potent, and it'll go in and clean out like all of your where you have calcium in your bones and your joints and stuff like that, and it'll clean that out, and the good stuff will go into your system. So it gets rid of the crystallization, helps to move the crystallization through. I could get into all kinds of stuff that actually helps that as well, but these are the things that we're doing for the water fast. And so I don't know if this is going to be a 4 or 5 or 6. 6, 7 is usually like for me, I'll probably go at least 6. And then I'll just see where I'm at. If at 6 I'm doing really well and feeling good, I'm going to keep on going. So I just wanted to share. And I mean, here's the thing. I want to share this as well. What happens when you start fasting is you start thinking, many people, many of even my clients and people that have wanted to fast with me, they start seeing things as things are being taken away from them. Like all of a sudden they can't eat, they can't. It's something. Hey, Deja, sorry, my puppies are going crazy with the cat. No. And so if you take something away from somebody, they want it. You want it more because it's yours. And so it's a mindset. It's that, what are you giving your body? One, you're giving your body a beautiful rest, so that the digestion takes up so much energy. Even when you're thinking or doing stuff, it just takes up a lot of energy. So a gift you can give your body. This is why the intermittent fasting is, I don't know if it's such a hit, but it's very trendy, and it has been for many years. And also like eat, 3 days on, 1 day off, or 1 day a week. I mean, I've done all of it, and truly, intermittent fasting is, it just depends on you and your body, and nothing. It's kind of like one shoe doesn't fit all feet, and it's the same thing with your body and health and fasting. And so people can say, oh, intermittent fasting, and it proves this and it proves that. Well, it depends on where you are, because here, it's actually out here, but your essence, your energy, like what is that what is it that you need in order to raise your frequency, so that you can contribute more to yourself, to the world, to others around you, to help you to raise your frequency. So I'm going more into the spiritual, because we all have these lessons that we are to, now I'm going into my beliefs. So you can follow along and see if this resonates with you or not, because it can really help you to understand like what happens when you have these habits that every night you got to reach for a drink, or every night you want to you're sitting down and eating popcorn, stuffing your face, just sitting watching television, but you have you just feel like it's just a routine, and it's just something that is comfortable, and you want to do it, and then it feels good because it's part of your routine, and it makes, and whatever it is, it has comforted you. So that's why they call it comfort food. I had organic, but still I had pizza last night. I had something called Giggles, which was like they're like not sprees, but is it like spree? I don't know. I can't think of what they're a little round, and they're just chewy, or Starbucks. I can't. Anyway, they're called Giggles in the health food store. Still sugar. It's organic, but the coloring on it is not toxic. It's made out of, whatever beets, or different things. So, oops. Sorry, this puppy just jumped up and fell. This is Happy Beans. So, she jumped up and didn't quite make it. These are Havanese. So the whole point about fasting and just is for me to share, and this is just my journey, as you have your own and I have my own, but we are all very individual sorry, we're all individual expressions of the one energy. And therefore, we get to choose what we want to do. We have free will, which I think is very cool. And so getting back to, the habits that we have that free will to decide, okay, that's really not what my body needs. And it's not that you're being, you're holding something back from yourself, you're actually giving yourself something. So depending on how you view it. So if you view that you are, that you can't have, like, I can't drink anymore, like I can't have my beer or my wine or whatever, then you start feeling like you want your beer or your wine. Why? Because all of a sudden you put your focus on it. So you put your energy on it and the focus, and so it just gets bigger and bigger. And it's really all in here. It's all in your mind. It's not even real unless you recognize it as being real. Now, if you're addicted to something, does your body have a reaction? Sure. Addicted to sugar, addicted to whatever. Smoking, does your body have a real reaction to it? Yeah, it does. Can you overcome that by understanding you want to do something beautiful for your body, and rather than taking something away? Yeah, you can. And I totally believe that, and think that is such a wonderful thing for us to understand our own power, because we are not taught that we are unlimited beings, light beings, and we forget who and what we really are. And when we really understand that, and we understand that we are all one, we all come from the one energy, the one source, the one, whatever you want to call it, spark of God, but we are all just individual expressions of that. And so what we decide to do, it's like we're here to experience. So if you want to experience, being hooked on sugar, you get to decide that. If you decide that that being hooked on sugar is no fun, and you want to, get your blood pressure down and your sugar, get ketones working for you, and then you get to decide that too. And you can do it. You can do both. You can do all of it. It's very much up to you what you want to do. So I'll go back to just the things that we're putting into. So fasting is such a beautiful thing, because it does give your body rest. It gives your digestive system rest. More energy goes into different places. And I might be speaking a little slow, and I can't always smile because my lips are so chapped. And so if I smile, they crack. And that's been happening for like the last few weeks. So it's like I can't really laugh. I have to just, she thinks I'm speaking to her but not looking at her. So, but anyway, yeah, but it has nothing to do with going one day without any food and just drinking water, because it's fine. And I also have hydrogen. I use a machine called the AquaCure, which that gives really good hydrogen and gas. So I breathe that all day and bubble the water, although I haven't bubbled my water today. But there's so many things you can do to really enhance your health. So tomorrow I'm going to go 3 hours, my daughter and I, into it's called the EE system, which is scalar and voltage. So I will talk to you about that tomorrow. But today I just wanted to say, welcome to my fast day one. and without me smiling too hard, cracking my lips up here, that I will keep you apprised as how many days I go. And I think this is where I was going. A fast is only for your body, like what it's meant to be. Like how they're so scroungy, because we are building a home that's like 2.5 hours from here, and there's all kinds of stickers and stuff like that. So she always, well, they both do. This one really gets them. She gets them all over. They're Havanese, and but anyway, she would get knots. So my hubby goes and cuts out all the knots. We finally just, this is how she used to look. Look at her now. She's like really scroungy looking. They're both scroungy looking. They both need baths. So we saw a bear. We saw a bear three days ago. The three of us. It went right behind us. Because it's mountains and it's wild. But anyway, back to the fasting. We are literally just individual expressions of the one, but we get to decide what we want to do and what's important to us for our health. And so I love the fasting because if you go 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 6, 12, 23, my longest one, there've been people have gone a year. I think what I understand, the ones who have gone that, I'm not talking about breatharians. That's a whole different deal. But I'm talking about people doing a water only fast under the care of a medical practitioner that does this kind of stuff. I don't think you're going to find, not a medical, I should say, just a practitioner, a health practitioner. I don't think you're going to find in the medical industry, or at least Western, they recommend that you do a water fast. I don't think they really understand the majority, the benefits of doing it. So those who do, kudos to them, because it's very beautiful and can really help a lot of people. But some people do have a lot of toxins in their body, and that's the one thing with Dr. Darrell Wolf. So I really like his. It's just what he suggests to take along with. So the Merigen, which helps to move the calcium that's in your joints and stuff, and where it shouldn't be, and out of your organs, helps to move it out. And you're flushing water, and you're not digesting, so there's no energy being used there, so the body can use all the energy that it has to do that work. And then the fulvic acid really helps move, like if you have viruses and bacteria and other things in your body, that it also helps to move things out as well, and to nourish the body. And I think it's the humic that actually helps with the gut health, but all of it helps. Humic and fulvic, literally, if you've heard of Shilajit, you'd understand. I would encourage you to look that up, because Shilajit is amazing. And that's humic and fulvic acid, and just, it's like plant rock material all turned into this gooey stuff full of minerals, and it's just wonderful for your system. And it depends on where you get it, but it can be gooey and stinky, or it could be in a different format, or form. So anyway, again, I don't think I introduced myself. Lynnie Wennerstrom, Common Sense Health Expert. I think I did. Yeah, it's pretty much a habit. And so hopefully I did. But I'm going to sign off now. It's been almost 18 minutes, and I appreciate you listening, and I hope that you follow along this journey. And I'll try and put in health tidbits, and definitely share the EE system with you, because that's new technology to me. It's not the technology of what it uses is not new to me, but that it even is around the EE system, that I did not know until just like 2 weeks ago. So a friend of mine called me and told me about it, and I got an appointment, because there just happens to be one of those systems in the Denver, Colorado area. So anyway, I love you very, very mucho, and I will let you know how day 2 goes tomorrow. I'm feeling very good, and I'm overweight. I'm 141.8 pounds and 103 on the blood sugar, and 0.1 I think on the ketones. So I'm going to be going in the right direction. And yeah, I'm usually about 135, 137. I don't usually go past 137. But obviously, even though it's organic and sourdough crust and all of that, I think it's really upped my weight a little bit. My individual journey has been very fun. My free will has been to feed myself things like giggles and stuff like that. All right. I love you very, very mucho, and we will chat soon. See ya. Ciao.